What is good, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Alex back with yet another video for you guys. Anybody that is new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, let's jump right into the topic of this video. So the Raiders have officially concluded their first game of the preseason, going on the road against the Seattle Seahawks. It ended up in a 23-23 stalemate. And overall, an interesting game. The Raiders got off to a really slow start. Things did not really look good for the Silver and Black in the first half, but the Raiders were a lot more competitive and ultimately got back into the football game in the second half with a clear chance to win the football game. And one of the biggest takeaways from this preseason matchup was our 6th round pick, quarterback Cam Miller. Cam Miller came into the football game being down 10 points in the fourth quarter, and ultimately he was able to lead a comeback that led to the 23-23 tie, but really he led the offense to a great opportunity to win the game, but unfortunately the kick was blocked. But this kid definitely stood out. He looked really calm and poised for this being his first game in the NFL. Now I understand it is in preseason, not going against starters or anything like that, but definitely looked good out there. A lot of nice things that we saw from him, and really he made some big plays and showed off some traits that could make him a very intriguing potential quarterback option for the Las Vegas Raiders. And today I just wanted to jump into the film, just kind of analyze the most noticeable plays I noticed, break this down and just show the strengths and weaknesses. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the tape. Now on this first rep right here, shotgun formation, got a play action pass, and we can just see right here number 57 off the edge is going to get a free rush into the backfield. We got the slot wide receiver on motion here, and Cam Miller does a good job not panicking, staying poised under pressure, has the edge rusher right in his face, able to move laterally, keep his eyes down the field, set his feet and throw this off of his back foot, and is able to hit his man on target on time. Now, ultimately, it's not a big play. It actually loses a couple yards, but I just do like the fact that he looked calm and poised under pressure. And ultimately, too, the biggest thing right here is he did not take the sack. Now, on this next play, another shotgun formation. Now, this is a pretty basic concept on the offensive side of the football. We got a slant pass towards the inside. Also got the flat route towards the boundary, towards the sideline. Cam Miller is going to target the slant route, and he just throws this a little bit too high. Now, looking back at this, maybe it wasn't the best decision to hit the slant route just because, I mean, there is traffic here. You throw this pass, is essentially surrounded by 3 Seahawks players, and with him overthrowing it too, if it would have been tipped up, could have been a high possibility for a turnover. Maybe it would have been better just to hit the flat right here. Now, ultimately, it did hit the wide receiver in his hands, though. Maybe if you get a better wide out there, maybe he's able to come down with the grab. Now, once again, we got a shotgun formation, going to drop back, and here the Raiders are going to take a deep shot down the field, and number 4 is going to run a sluggo seam. And Cam Miller does a great job selling this as well. He's able to look off the linebacker right here, makes it seem like he's going to throw it underneath. Then after that, he's able to have the awareness to see the one safety help over the top. And he sees he has enough space to make this throw down the field, target the seam route up the field, and just the throw as well. Just a perfectly placed football. Hits his wide receiver right in stride and gets a huge play for the Raiders offense. A 40-yard touchdown pass in your NFL debut. I understand preseason, but like I said, great throw. I love his ability to sell this sluggo go route, and he shows off the arm strength to make the big play right here. Now, on this next play, this is a very big play for the Raiders offense. We got a 4th and short, a 4th and 1 situation. And this time, Cam Miller is able to show off his athleticism and show off another trait that he has to his bag. And it is the fact that he is an athletic quarterback. He can use his legs when necessary. And he's a quarterback that you can use the read option on. But here we just got the linebackers playing a little bit off the line of scrimmage. Cam Miller is able to read this, keeps it for himself, only has one guy to beat to get to the sticks, and he's able to show off his athleticism, runs this for a first down. So I love the play right here. Great stuff. Now in this next play right here, this is going to be one of his low lights, but at the same time, it's not really his fault necessarily. This is definitely a tough situation the Raiders offensive line put him in. We got a play action pass once again. And I mean, right here, the left tackle just gets absolutely destroyed. And the defensive end is able to get direct pressure on Cam Miller. And unfortunately, the pressure is there before really anything is wide open down the field. Now, maybe he could have thrown this corner route if he had great anticipation, but look, I'm not really expecting that from a 6th-round quarterback in his first preseason debut. Like I said, the protection is not great. You would have liked to see a little bit more time for your quarterback to make his decision right here. But the biggest knock I got to give on Cam Miller right here is if you got pressure like this, nobody's open, well, he's got to find a way to just not take the sack right here. And that's ultimately what happens right here. Now in this next play, he's essentially just gonna try to get this offense back into field goal range, try to get as much yards as we can for a Daniel Carlson field goal, and that's exactly what he does right here. A quick concept right here on the flat route, able to throw this on the move, on time, accurate pass right here. Now right here, dropping back to pass, once again, we got conservative coverage from the Seattle Seahawks secondary group. A cover 4, he just takes what the defense gives him. He's going to have this out route open outside the numbers, able to hit his man on time, on target. Good accurate pass right here to get this offense rolling a little bit on this final drive. Now dropping back once again, we got a high cover 2 look from the Seattle Seahawks secondary group. Got a good clean pocket right here. And Cam Miller shows off his athleticism once again, able to roll outside the pocket. But what I love about this is he's moving and he keeps his eyes down the football field, essentially able to turn this into a scramble drill. He moves, and after doing this, he's able to find the open man along the sidelines. Great throw on the move. Pinpoint accurate laser throw, and really a huge gain for this offense. A big chunk play to get us closer into field goal range. So I love the movement, and most importantly, I love him keeping his eyes down the field and getting a big play for the Raiders offense right here. And once again, shotgun right here. Just a good accurate throw on this out route towards the sideline. Just good awareness, good pass. Get the ball out of your hands. Use the sidelines as much as you can. That way you don't have to burn any timeouts. And ultimately, he gets us into field goal position where, like I said, Daniel Carlson missed the potential game-winning field goal. But overall, Raider Nation, not a whole lot of tape to analyze. But what we saw looked pretty impressive from him. What I liked is he's shown his ability to be an accurate thrower of the football. Overall, good decision making, good footwork. He was poised under pressure. And I love the mobility he showed on that read option play. And ultimately, his ability to extend plays down the football field, keeping his eyes down the field for big chunk plays in the scramble drill. So definitely, I think the Raiders have an interesting quarterback prospect in Cam Miller. I mean, this was a guy that came from a small school, but he was incredibly productive in the FCS level. Had a 45-11 record as a starting quarterback. 3rd most wins in FCS history. Won 2 national championships. Was named the MVP of that 24 championship game. Broke single season records in completions and passing yards at North Dakota State. And his career totals, you're looking at a guy that threw for close to 10,000 passing yards, 81 passing touchdowns, over 2,200 rushing yards, and 48 rushing touchdowns. But honestly, I think one of the most exciting things about Cam Miller is the fact that it is rumored that Tom Brady, the Raiders minority owner, really vouched for this kid. Raiders GM John Spytek shared the fact that Tom Brady liked the way that Cam Miller threw the football, his technique, throwing from the ground up, and his motion, and he really thought he had potential to improve as a quarterback. So I think that's definitely one of the most exciting things about this kid. He has a lot of the traits of a modern day NFL quarterback. And if you got the GOAT Tom Brady vouching for you, and if he really likes his upside, look, maybe the Raiders might have something in Cam Miller. Ultimately, I think he is going to make a push for the quarterback 2 position. He's already making things a little bit interesting between him and Aiden O'Connell for the backup quarterback position. We'll just have to see how he continues to perform in camp and in these next remaining preseason games. Hopefully he can get more snaps, more drives under his belt in the next couple games, get more tape to analyze. But ultimately, I think for the Raiders, this is a really good option for Cam Miller because he has the traits, but he's in a great situation with a good offensive coordinator. And with the Raiders' current situation at the quarterback position, this gives the Raiders a lot of time and patience to let Cam Miller develop before throwing him into the action of a real NFL football game. But Raider Nation, let me know what you guys thought of Cam Miller's performance in week 1 of the preseason. Did you like what you see? And overall, what do you think about the quarterback prospect? Let me know in that comment section down below. But with that being said, that is all for you guys in today's video. Anybody that is new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, I will see you guys in the next one.